So, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So, this is a poem which is called Address to the Youth of Islam. So, why is Iqbal so famous? This is very important to understand. Why is it that Iqbal is known in... There are many Pakistani poets, but only Iqbal has international reputation. Why is that? Well, Iqbal says that I am not a poet. He is not a poet. He is a messenger, actually. And there is a very important message that he has. And this is the message that he is giving in this poem, but all of his poetry is about this message. And what is this message? There are many elements. One message is the vast glory of Islam. How Islam came to the desert, to people who were ignorant and backwards, and it made them the greatest civilization on this planet. So the message of Allah, the knowledge that was given, transformed the Muslims and led them to the world leadership. But now the Muslims are not world leaders. So why is that? This is the key question to which Iqbal has the answer. And Iqbal says that वो फरेब खुर्द शाहीन जो पला हो कर गसों में उसे क्या खबर कि क्या है रहो रस्म शाहबाजी. So he says that the eaglet, the baby eagle, which has been brought up by crows, it cannot know what it means to soar like the eagles. The crow is a low-flying bird, and the crow eats dead meat. So this is a reference to having small goals and small ambitions. If you think that our life is about earning money, is about this world, then you are a crow. And unfortunately today, the education system that we follow, the media, the novels, the books, everything teaches us how to be a crow. It does not teach us how to be an eagle. So that's why the message of Islam is telling the youth to wake up. You are not what the world is telling you. So I'm going to go through this poem. It says that it starts with कभी ए नौजवान मुस्लिम तदब्बुर भी किया तूने वो क्या गर्दू है जिसका तू है एक टूटा हुआ तारा. Which means that, oh young man, have you ever thought of where you have come from? Where you are a star which has fallen from the skies. So this is a very important, that you actually belong up in the heavens. So I was just going through the message of Iqbal to the youth. So the second verse is तुझे इस कौम ने पाला है आगोश मोहब्बत में कुचल डाला था जिसने पाँव में ताजे सरे दारा. So Iqbal's poetry is full of references to Quran and Hadith, which you can catch if you understand what's going on. So here he is referring to an ayat of the Quran that the Muslims are very rohama bainahum. They are very, they have very much love for each other, and they are very hard on those who are opposing the message of Allah. So he is saying that you have been brought up with love by a nation which is very powerful against its enemies. And the next verse is Tamaddun Afri Ikhlaq Aine Jahandari Usahrae Arab Yani Shatar Banu Ka Gahwara. So this is again a very important secret of Islam, that Islam does not spread by brute force. He is saying that it is the beautiful conduct and it's the extremely civilized behavior which came from the simplicity of the desert. The So the power and the strength of Islam does not lie in weapons. It lies in the force of character, personality, good conduct, excellence in conduct, which our Prophet modeled for us. So, the next verse is Sama'u ul faqru faqri ka raha shane imarat mein babu rangu khalu khat jihajat ruhe zebara. This is a verse in Persian. It says that even when they were kings, they acted like faqirs. They were not dressing up in big clothes and wearing big crowns. This is a reference to the fact that when somebody came for the Umar Raziallah, who was Khalifa, and he is sleeping on that rock under the tree. So he was sleeping on the desert with the rock under his head for a pillow. And this has been the way of the kings of Islam. They did not use the worldly pomp and circumstance. They lived simple lives. So the second verse says that if the face is very beautiful, it does not need any makeup. So if the heart is pure, then you don't need the outside trappings of power. Gadai mein bhi wo Allah wale the ghuyur itne कि मुन्निम को गदा के डर से बख्शिश का न था यारा. So this is referring to another characteristic of Muslims, that they don't ask anything from anyone other than Allah. Even if the Muslims were very poor, they were so ghayur that the person who had the money and he wanted to give, he was afraid of the person who was poor. गरज मैं क्या कहूँ तुझसे कि वो सहरा नशीं क्या थे, जहाँ गिरो जहाँ दारो जहाँ बानो जहाँ आरा. These people, even though they were very simple, they created the world we live in, and they shaped it with their actions and thoughts. And this is really true. Although we have lost our identity and history, we don't understand that today's civilization has been shaped very deeply by Islamic philosophy and Islamic thought. These origins have been suppressed. तुझे आबा से अपने कोई निस्बत हो नहीं सकती कि तू गुफ्तार वो किरदार तू साबित वो सैयारा. So this is trying to remind the youth that we have a great heritage, but we have lost that. They had character, we just have talk. We can talk about what they were, but we cannot act like they did. गंवा दी हमने जो असलाफ से मीरास पाई थी, सुरैया से ज़मीं पर आसमां ने हमको दे मारा. So when we lost our heritage, the teachings of Islam which were in our lives, then we were dropped from the heavens to the earth. So when we had followed the teachings of Islam, we were the leaders of the world. And because we have now abandoned it and now we are following the teachings of the West, we are the bottom. We are at the bottom of the civilizations. So he says that in the next two verses, he says that I'm not crying about the lost kingdoms that Muslims had. But it is the knowledge that has been lost by us. That is the source of our sorrow. So, Ghani Ruze, this is the last share, and it's actually taken from another Persian poet. गनी रूज़े सियाह पीरे कनारा तमाशा कुन के नूर दीद अश रोशन कुनत चश्मे जुलेखरा. This is a very beautiful artistic share from its literary point of view, because it makes the allusion to eyes and light and darkness in a very beautiful artistic way. You have to appreciate the poetry to understand it. But what he is saying is that the light that was the light of the eyes of Yaqub alayhi salam, that is Yusuf alayhi salam, he is bringing the nur to the eyes of Zulaikha. So he is talking to the youth that you who were supposed to enlighten the garden of Islam, you are actually giving your best energies to the enemies of Islam. So this is the final verse, and it is the message that use your power, energy and talent to become like the eagle, to soar in the skies, to give up these low worldly ambitions. Don't have the ambition that I will get a good job and I will make a little bit of money and I will build a house. Have the ambition to change the world. لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. Every man, every young Muslim has the power. His life is worth 7 billion lives according to him. He is very powerful. But today, you have been trained to be like crows, that your life is only worth a little job, a few $1,000s. This is all your life is worth. So this is the wrong message, and this is the message that you have to overcome if you want to create the light of the Islamic civilization once again.